We all know that 2030 is the time frame, the target date for the elites and what they want to do to enslave humanity. We've heard this. If you've been around since 2020, you know this especially, and the people who've been there before know this, but Agenda 21, that is the goal for the elites is they want complete enslavement over society. They want you docile, submissive, and they don't want you to have the freedoms that you currently have right now and that you had back in the day. Slowly over time, they've been eroded. But as we enter into 2025 with only about 5 years out from that time frame, I'm starting to kind of realize, and it's starting to enter into my consciousness, is that I got to be ready. Like, we have to be ready. We know this is their plan. The Matrix is designed to get you enslaved by this time frame. They use these people on both sides. They control both sides of the spectrum to do that. Now is not the time to relax and celebrate the new year and do all this shit. I got to get ready. Like, that's my thing, is I have to get ready in order to prepare for this eventuality. If society continues to go down this path, you're going to need three different things. Three things you will want by 2030 if you do not want to be part of this agenda, this full-fledged agenda for the rest of the world to operate under a one world government, totalitarianism, and technocracy. You need three things. There's obviously more than three things you're going to need, but I'd say these are the three most important because they're they're generalized in the sense that they can encapsulate multiple concepts and multiple things that you need within those subcategories, stuff like that. So I don't know about you guys, but I really don't care for being a slave. I don't want to. It may be easier. Like, it may be easier. Let's be real. With the way technology is going and how convenient everything is, it will be so easy to just live a mundane life, and that's what they want from you. But if you don't want that and you're watching this video and you don't want that, the number one thing you're going to need right now is money to escape the Matrix, to escape being a slave to the Matrix by 2030. When you have money, you are given freedom. You are given freedom in all facets to an extent. For example, during the lockdowns, if you were in a state or in a country that locked down so heavily, like look at Australia, they were one of the worst countries. Look at China. China's obviously the worst. They were crazy. But if you had money, you would be able to at least buy yourself some time in terms of not wanting to submit to that agenda of the videos of them spraying down people, tackling people for not wearing a mask, doing all this stuff. Because if you had money, you could pay somebody, or you could basically get out of those places. You have mobility when you have money, when you have finances. This is the thing, is freedom of mobility. You need to be able to move freely around the world. You need to have access to different bank accounts, because if one country, if you try to stand up to the Matrix in one country, they may take your bank account. Remember with the Canadian truckers? Remember that? Remember when they protested and all their accounts were frozen and their assets were frozen? They were screwed because they didn't have another bank account. They didn't have money somewhere else, or they didn't have crypto or some kind of digital currency somewhere else that they could access, or cash stored around, or gold, assets, guns, bullets, silver, name it. You need to diversify your wealth. You need wealth to be able to feed your family and survive in times of crisis like that. Because when you do stand up to the Matrix and when they do come for you, you're going to need to be able to move quick, and you're going to be able to have access to money, which gives you access to resources. Well, that's why I say finances are number one, is because if you're just trying to figure out what your next meal is, there's no shot you're going to be able to stand up to anything that the Matrix is going to enforce on you. There's just no shot. You're dependent on them. When you depend on someone else for your livelihood, the power rests with them. You can't just expect to stand up to somebody who literally feeds you. You guys know why money is important. It's, at the end of the day, that's what it is, man. The world is ran by it. You need it. We all need it to survive. We're all working for it every single day. And that is the bottom line. It drives the entire world. That's the most important resource. So number two, the second thing that you're going to need if you don't want to be a slave to the Matrix before 2030, you're going to need a network. This one for me is kind of one of the toughest ones because I'm very selective with the people that I associate with. I'm very selective. So finding those right kind of people, cultivating the right kind of relationships with those people, and learning who they are, trusting them, loyalty between all of them, figuring out that dynamic is for me personally is like I struggle with that, but I'm willing to get out my comfort zone because I know how important it is to have a brotherhood, a network, a group of people you can each rely on each other for, and each has their role within, the entire ecosystem that you guys have built. I mean, that could be number one because it could be over finances. Because I was gonna say while I was explaining why money was important, that if you know the right people, you can get access. They can help you out, or they can help you out financially, or they can help you out by knowing certain people to help get you out of bad situations. They can come help and assist you to get yourself out of a bad situation. They when you have a right group of people around you, you're going to elevate. That's the thing too, is you're going to continue to elevate your mindset around the right group of people. Everybody says it, man. Your network is your net worth. Like, you're the what is it? You're the sum of the five people you spend the most time with. Like, that shit's real. That shit's actually real. It's not bullshit. Because I used to always think like, yo, like, fuck that. I can do this on my own. I can do this myself. I don't need people. You do need people, bro. We're social creatures. We're social beings. We have to work with people, even if they're not spiritually awake, even if they're not on the same wavelength as you, when it comes to your consciousness, or the things you've learned, the pain you've experienced, the knowledge you have. Even if they're not on that level, you still have to work with those kind of people. No matter what, they're always going to be around. The bots will always be there. But you can find within those bots, you have to kind of sift through them to be able to find the ones that are awake and the ones that are enlightened and are going to elevate your position and their position and your network's position. In regards to the agendas that the Matrix will try to pass, because I know they'll try to come door to door, they'll try to come take guns away, they'll try to do all this, but when you know people that are, whether they're in different countries, different states, they own different types of property, they own guns, they own land, they own crypto, like money in different places, bank accounts, passports is another one. Andrew Tate was really big on this, where it's like you got to have multiple passports. It's fucking true, because you can't be off the grid. And this is the problem, is I want to be off the grid, but you can't really be off the grid nowadays, because with how much technology there is, your signal will always be around. People, the government, military will find you. They will find you. There's just no way. It's not like how it used to be. And that's what I realized. So instead of being off the grid, why not be on as many grids as possible, jumping back and forth between different countries, different states, having friends in different places to be able to navigate through the Matrix, and literally just dodging bullets like I'm fucking Neo, like dodging shit, weaving through the Matrix agendas that they try to push by having that mobility, having that network to be able to help get you and move you around. Also, just to help build yourself up strength wise, build up your strength, build up your knowledge, and build up your skills. Iron sharpens iron. Network is so important, man. That could honestly be number one. I think that could be number one, because money, like if you have a good network, you have money, I would assume. That could honestly be number one, man, because it's just that important. So the third thing you're gonna need before 2030 is, this one's actually my favorite one because it applies on a spiritual level here. Let's be real. If you don't have this by 2030, there's no point. You're already a victim to what they're going to do, because you've already fallen for it in the past. The third thing you're going to need is your fucking soul. You're going to need your soul, bro. You're going to need your soul and your discernment, because there will be people that will tempt you to partake in what the Matrix is going to give you. There will be people that will persuade you. There will be attacks to coerce you into doing these things. Just look at what happened 4 years ago, or 3 years ago, technically, because it wasn't in 2020. But when the came out, bro, you guys know it. You know it. Everyone around you got it. Everyone did. They said, "Oh, I'm gonna do my part." Fucking dude, that was the gayest shit ever. I'm gonna do my part and get the vaccine. Oh my god, dude. That's the funniest shit. So that's why anyone who comes to me saying they got the vaccine, bro, I don't know if I feel bad for you. You knew that it wasn't beneficial, but you still did it. And that's the problem, man, is you need your soul. Your soul was telling you it wasn't right. Your soul was telling you not to do it, and you fucking did it. So that's why if you don't have your soul by 2030, you're already compromised. They already got you, because you're not going to just somehow, you can't just come back from that. You cannot come back from something like that. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Your soul is the most important thing, because once they have access to your soul, it's over. It's over. It's game over. That's what the whole goal for them is to get inside of your soul, to get in here. The end goal here was to get inside of you, right? Started with the touchscreen, the iPhones, the iPods, the iPads, MacBooks, laptops, computers, screens. The next step was then they moved to where you can wear it. You can wear the headphones. You can wear the AirPods that have the frequencies that come into your brain. The Apple Watch, the AirPods, all that shit. The Oculus, that's the second step, is you can wear the technology. You can wear it. Now they want to get inside of you. They want to get inside of you. Neuralink, do all of these things that are internally. But all I know is that when you have inside your body, your fucking isn't even real anymore. So that's why I say they're honestly trying to enter into your soul. They're entering into your soul, and that's the goal. Is because we know it, the elites know it. This isn't everything. The third dimension is not everything. We know that there's other realms of consciousness that exist. We know there's the spiritual realm. We know that when we die, it's not it. So they want to try to stop that process because they're trapped. They're trapped in the fourth dimension. They're trapped in that purgatory, I'm pretty sure, where it's like they can't ascend. They can't ascend, and they want to bring people down with them. The goal is to get more people to reincarnate. They don't want people to reach that nirvana. And they do it through things like this to suppress your soul and, if anything, eradicate your soul. So that's why I say you need your soul before 2030, because your soul is everything. That's the whole reason they're even coming for you. You need discernment. That's where discernment comes in, is you need to be able to discern these agendas, knowing what's righteous, knowing what the right thing to do is in a certain situation, knowing not to compromise or sacrifice parts of your morals, your values, who you are, to fit in with the rest. That will do that. That will be the slave. That will fall victim to the agendas. You need discernment for that. And that's why I say that's the third most important thing before 2030. I'm going to say you're going to need is your soul and discernment to be able to protect your soul. January 2025. So I'm like, yo, it feels fitting. It feels like this is something that's been in my head for years now. And I can just see it playing out more and more every day. More and more technology advances, the more and more agendas that the Matrix likes to push, the more and more attacks they like to put on people. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a fucking like, man. Give it a like. Push this shit into the algorithm. Comment down below. Push this shit in the algorithm. We need more people to find out shit like this. We need more people to wake up. We need more people to resist. We need more people to resist, man. So I need you to fucking exploit those algorithms for me. Get more people to be aware of this so we can resist and not have to worry about shit like this. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, man. It's been your boy Unseen. I will catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace.